What up, Street Togs? Eric Kim. Some more turbo thoughts on the philosophy of street photography. So, I personally think street photography is one of the most interesting and beautiful forms of photography, art, life out there. Yet, why is it that we have to try to fit some sort of mold on what makes a quote proper street photographer? So for example, everyone wants to be like Henri Cartier-Bresson, right? That can't talk to people and stuff like that. But even the reason why we have to kill our masters, kill the HCB, is that he himself gave up photography at the end of his life. He was low-key penis envy of all his painter friends, and towards the end of his life he said, oh, photography is not a legitimate form of art, it's only drawing and painting. So even Henri Cartier-Bresson, who we should all be very grateful for, I am, I still think he's probably the best photographer of all time. I mean, if you look at a lot of his under-known work, just Google Eric Kim, Henri Cartier-Bresson composition studies. I've done a lot of PDFs on it and stuff. Is that he was very ambitious and good, when it came to his compositions. But the problem is he is known for a few famous photos, like his Jumping Man, whatever. But even like a lot of his work where he had complex arabesque layers and stuff, it's very, very, very impressive. But anyways, back to the philosophy of street photography. So what is street photography? Why is it important? So for me, street photography is just, you know, life photography, right? Just like to photograph anything that has to do with human beings and society is street photography. So it doesn't have to have a person. It's like, it could be an urban landscape, it could be a park. Parks are man-made. You know, it could be at the beach. Beach got people, stuff like that. And when in doubt, it's probably street photography. I mean, why do people love to try to define everything and say this is photography, this is not photography, this is street photography, this ain't street photography? I think what it is that a lot of these skinny fat losers who have nothing better to do, they kind of get a power trip when they could put things into categories and categorize things. And people are afraid when things cannot be definable. Philosophically, a person who likes to categorize things, they are afraid of fuzzy concepts which do not fit into a neat box. So for example, right, when you think about our best friend Kanye West, like, what is he, right? Is he a rapper? Is he a music producer? Is he a fashion designer? Is he a crazy person? Is he a political commentarist? Is he a velociraptor, right? And actually, even the thing I'm proud of myself is now it's just like, think about Eric Kim, right? It's like, what is Eric Kim anyways? Like, my friend Don Dill is like, Eric, I love you and your blog. It's like every time I go, you know, I think about you, it's just like a dude like hunched over his laptop, just like eating tons of meat. It's like, I love that. That's my favorite thing. It's like, man, if the Costco Business Center could sponsor me, I'd be so happy. But anyways, so I was like, what is Eric? Eric's like, like random workout videos, YouTube, like philosophy, street photography. It's like, do you still make photos? Everybody say, yeah, I shoot like 300-400 photos a day. I'm just like super productive and happy, right? And yeah, so I like the idea that in photography, live, street photography, etc., everything is connected. Like the more I hype lift at the gym, the stronger I get in terms of my rack pulls, my squats, etc. The more confidence I get, my testosterone goes up, my chutzpah goes up, my balls get more swole, and I become more audacious in my thinking, but also a little bit more precise. Like I've actually, I don't know if people know this, right? The stronger I've gone in the gym and the buffer I become, I could actually think better. I have more, tenacity in my thinking. I have more courage. I'm actually more productive with my thinking and my blogging, vlogging, everything. Everything is augmented. So refuse to let yourself be put into a little bubble, a procrastinating bed. Oh, another pro tip. What is the best bio? The best bio is no bio. Like whenever you read someone's biography and super duper long, it actually shows that the person is very, very insecure. The really, really successful people just don't have a bio because their bio is ongoing. Like one person who I despise is Bill Gates, and it looks like, I guess he wrote a new book on like how to prevent the next pandemic or something, and the interesting thing, I didn't even open it, right? But I can imagine, right? Like, you know, typically on a hardcover book, the book flap, there's always a bio of the author, right? Well, the good thing with Bill Gates, he's so famous and successful already, is that like everyone knows who he is. He shouldn't even need a bio. Like if that book were actually legit, it would actually not show a bio page or a headshot of Bill Gates. It would just be like, it's written by Bill Gates, cool. Also back to street photography. I think street photography just makes you happier. It's better for life. It's better for artistic thriving. I think the more street photography people do, yeah, they're more connected with society. They're more productively happy. I think it augments the self-esteem of people who do it. It makes, you know, like whenever I teach a street photography workshop or just any in-person workshop, everyone has a great time. I had a great time too, and it's because like what it means to be human is to be social. I mean, you know, no man is his own island. Probably the biggest benefit I did was studying sociology. It helped me understand photography and street photography better, because street photography is essentially just applied sociology in real life. Like even there was a field called like visual sociology, which was kind of getting popular when I was in college. And yeah, and I think the best way to outline and show social ecological concepts is through photos. Like it's a better societal commentary and critique on things. Even now, like the more I think about it, I probably see myself more like a sociologist with a camera than street photographer. Like even people when they ask me, so what are you? I'm just like like a big kid who likes to play around and just have fun. So anyways, with street photography, don't feel like you gotta define it or undefine it or whatever. It's just make photos of whatever makes you happy, live more, explore more, adventure more, and become more. And then also like the benefit is you're able to help around the house. Even me and Cindy, we just bought a refurbished Dyson vacuum for like $350 on the Dyson outlet online direct website, and you know, keeping up cleaning the house, contributing to financial things at the house, and maintaining the car which I'm borrowing, etc. I think a more communal family lifestyle is actually very intelligent. But anyways, so then how does one do more street photography in their everyday life? I think the practical thought I have is just like expand your notion of what street photography is. Even a thing that's like kind of like low-key dangerous, I don't really suggest it to everybody, but if you're driving stuck in traffic, just keep your Ricoh GR3X in your front pocket or your cup holder, or I don't know, if you have a Leica Q or whatever. That's what I suggested my last workshop, and just shoot photos while you're kind of parked, or you're stuck in traffic on the 405, whatever. Just shoot photos then. So you could even do like street photography, like shoot bys, right? It's just like shooting from your car. Lee Friedlander had a good photo book on that, like America by Car, where he just shot all his photos from inside his car. Also, my friend Anton mentioned this book called Drive-By Shootings, from like a taxi driver who does this street photography from inside his taxi. I think that's great. Like, if I wanted to do an interesting photo project, I would just become an Uber driver and just like do street photography, along the way, right? Even this is where I'm in praise of gas stations, ironically enough, is when you stop by the gas station, that gives you a chance to stretch your legs, and also shoot some photos. Like, you see a lot of interesting weird stuff at the gas station, or even inside the gas station. Even when I did a street photography American road trip, just Google American road trip, AirCam, and it was actually a really good opportunity for me to traverse the states and meet a lot of the middle America street photography, street portraits, stuff like that. It was actually a very positive experience. I recommend it to anyone. And yeah, even if you live in the boring burbs, right, you could definitely do street photography in the suburbs. Like, just walk around the block, photograph more of them. You're probably not gonna see many humans, but photograph people's cars, homes, random trash and rubbish you find on the floors. It is my personal ambition to expand the notions of what is street photography and what should street photography be. Like, everyone is trying to be like a street photography tyrant, where it's like, it's my way or the highway. You can't talk to people. You can't just shoot stuff on the ground. That's not street. That's not real street photography, right? And I'm like, you guys are just a bunch of like skinny fat losers who are very insecure. You can't even say, bruh, do you even know what 5 plates looks like? Do you know what 6 plates look like? Do you even know how to rack pull, right? And I'm like, at this point, out of all the people I know, I think I'm the most confident I think I'm the only street photographer I know who could rack pull over 6 plates. The other day I just did, what, 630 pounds was it? That's 6 45-pound plates on each side, and 2 10s and a 2.5er. So the good thing is I should be able to do 6 plates plus a 25 soon, and I'm currently on the road to doing a 7-plate trap bar rack pull. And also, another pro tip, I think more street dogs should do rack pulls at the gym, insanely heavy squats, because it gets your test up, your testosterone up, your courage, and also you get to talk to all the pretty humans at the gym. Gives a good chance for you to flex your social skills. And yeah, so I think the best street photographer is actually the most social, right? Like, to become more extroverted. And the notion of like people being an introvert, extrovert, I think that's totally the pseudo-scientific myth. It's like, some people are more introverted, some people are extroverted. Like, and truth be told, in American society or modern society, to become more successful, you actually want to be more extroverted. But extroversion is not this genetic thing. It's honestly, it's kind of more of a social technique or a skill. I didn't grow up courageous and being extroverted. It's something that I was taught by my mom. She talks to everybody, and also through trial and error, and also through like fear conquering and rejection, whatever. And so I think we got to get rid of this notion that there are some people who are naturally introverted, extroverted. I think that's like the new racism, right? It's like, you know, people's like, oh, you know, I'm Asian, so I can't get strong at the gym, right? That's racism. Or people's like, you know, white guys can't jump, racism, right? Or like, black guys can't swim, that's also racism, right? Like, get rid of all these silly racist thoughts, right? You know, I'm all for the human being, that any human could become whatever they desire to become. You know, certainly there are some factors which make things more difficult, but everyone could be anything they want to become, assuming you're not breaking no laws, right? Don't do the juice. Don't dip into the gummy bears, guys. Don't be like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who I saw him as like most dishonest. This is the thing too. Never trust nobody who looks like a nice guy, because behind the scenes they're probably doing bad, illegitimate things. Trust the assholes. Trust the Kanyes. Trust the Elons. Trust the Steve Jobses. If anything, like, everyone, truth be told, everyone's a nice guy, right? I almost feel like to be successful, you got to be more of an asshole. Because honestly, low-key, everyone is a nice guy, and nobody knows how to try to not be a nice guy. So that looks like the secret to success.